everybody, and welcome to Lawrence High School, where tonight the Lancers take on Methuen High School. I'm Brian Bates, along with Trey Cruz and Darwin Joseph, to bring you tonight's action. The Lancers right now are struggling. They found themselves for the first time under 500 with a record of 7-8. In order to make the tournament, they need a win tonight. Darwin, they only have 5 games left. What do they really need to do to make themselves qualify for the tournament?
Since they only have 5 games left, they absolutely must win the next 3 games to qualify for the tournament.
All right, they need 10 wins to become eligible, and then they have to see where the seedings fit. Trey, big changes tonight to the Lancer lineup.
Well, usually you'd see Roberto Spieg up there starting with Trayvon Farley, the big men. But suddenly we're seeing guys like Anderson Morales, Luis Torres join the lineup. So now we have Morales, Torres, Ramiro, Farley, and Fabian. Very interesting lineup to see how they all work together.
All right, we'll see if those changes can spark a win for the Lancers. It's the Lawrence High Lancers against Methuen Rangers coming at you next.
The food is great. The service is great down here, and please come visit us for lunch or breakfast. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Come again.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Lawrence High School for tonight's matchup between the Lawrence Lancers and the Methuen Rangers. Quick starting lineups for you. For Methuen High School, it's number 3, Mark Sakar. Number 14, Nathan Bueno. Number 5, Tim Galloway Bark. Number 30, Cooper Hamill. And number 33, Corey Bell. And as we mentioned in the pregame, some big changes to the Lancer lineup. Roberto Spieg will not be starting. Instead, it's Trayvon Farley, number 25, Esmelin Romero, number 3, Kevin Fabian, number 20, Luis Torres, number 5, and Anderson Morales, number 33. Morales has not seen a lot of playing time this season, but here he gets the start, so we'll see what happens with that.
This will be very interesting seeing a player with such limited minutes before all of a sudden not just jump into a 6th man composition, but really jump into the lineup.
The Lancers right now come into this one at 7-8. Last lost to Central Catholic 60-43. In that game, Kevin Fabian had 10 points and Romero had 6. These two teams have split the first 2 meetings of the season, including one in the Christmas tournament, where the Lancers beat Methuen 69-58. We'll see if the Lancers can come out on top on this one, coming up next.
Sure, I could tell you about school, but I'd rather show you. Please come visit me at school.
Being a parent doesn't end when I leave the house. Please come visit me at school.
El papel de ser padre no se termina cuando yo salgo a la escuela.
Por favor, visítame en la escuela. ¿Se recuerda lo mucho que nos divertíamos en la escuela? Ahora lo vamos a hacer juntos. Por favor, visítame a la escuela.
Hay tiempo para ir a visitarme en la escuela.
Do you remember how much fun it was to be in school? Let's do it together. Please come visit me at school.
When you skip breakfast at school, you have no energy. When you have no energy, you fall asleep in class. When you fall asleep in class, you have nightmares of wild animals dancing on your head. Don't have nightmares of wild animals dancing on your head.
Kids who eat breakfast perform better in class, behave better, have better attendance.
Eat a healthy breakfast at school every day.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Getting ready for tip-off here between Lawrence High School and Methuen High School. Methuen having a tough season overall. Only 3 wins on the season, 12 losses. It's been a season of growing pains for them, a very young team. There are 2 superstars, Nathan Bueno and Mark Sicard. Both of them had double-digit points against Andover, Bueno with 18 and Sicard with 23. That was their last game, and they lost to Andover 80-65. So we'll see how they do tonight against this Lawrence squad, who's looking to bounce back after a loss to Central Catholic, 60-43. Central's owned them all season long. And the Lancers win the tip-off. Here's Romero. Romero driving, and he'll be fouled to start it off.
I have a feeling that's going to set the tone of the game now. Very physical. Not that the refs are going to call a lot, that they're going to really just go fast and get at the enemies quickly.
Into Trevon Farley. Farley looking to dish it out. Here's Fabian. No. Rebounded Sicard. Sicard for 3. Nope. High off the back rim. Rebound by Trevon Farley. Farley quickly up to Fabian. Fabian all the way across court to Romero. Back into Farley up for 2. So Trevon Farley gets the Lancers on the scoreboard up 2-0 here in the first quarter. Long 3 by Cooper Hamill. And the Lancers spreading the ball around. Here's Luis Torres. Once again into Farley. Farley, awkward shot off the backboard, gets his own rebound, and Fabian almost loses it out of bounds. It's a high pick. Torres, nothing on that one, and be rebounded by Methuen quickly up the court. So the first 3 offensive possessions from Methuen have all been 3s, and they've all been either very far away from getting in the basket, at least. The Methuen ball underneath.
Methuen looks like they struggled a bit tonight. They're just, the shots are off. You can see it.
That time, Tim Galloway-Burke missed. Galloway-Burke had a pretty good game against the Lancers the last time they met here in Lawrence during the Christmas tournament. That was the game that Lancers won. There's Fabian high off the backboard, no.
0 for 2 starting in this half.
So Fabian, one of the things he really has to work on is he can shoot the 3. We all know that. And sometimes he's off, though. He needs to have a separate shot he can go to. He needs to, one thing that I learned is, I don't play much, obviously I'm not that good, but I used to rely on the 3-point shot, and I'm like all right at that. But then I realized it's so much easier once you just take a step in the mid-range, you just get it, step in. I think he needs to see if he can hit that because he's really not hitting the 3 sometimes.
Here's Sicard, long range 3, no. Right now, Methuen 0 for 4 from downtown.
He could use a step-up jump shot. That was good.
With all the points or the baskets that Methuen have missed, the Lancers should have put up a good amount of points. I believe the score should have been around maybe 8-0 by now.
Yeah.
They look really desperate.
They've been struggling all season just on simple layups. And there's another 3, no. So I guess the game plan going into this one from Methuen.
It's raining 3s, they're just not going in.
Franziel Reyes now in the game for the Lancers. Big man number 45, sophomore. And there's Trevon Farley for 2.
It's funny, I was talking about Franziel, how he didn't play a second in that other game once in school, of course. And he's saying how he kind of promised me that he'll play in this game. And he stayed true to his promise. Now, if he really plays is the question.
He's gone through a transition all year, going back and forth from varsity and JV. There's Trevon Farley again, 6 points for him early on here. It's a Farley show right now. Back to Franzil Reyes. He's lost a ton of weight, and he's getting back in shape after coming off a major foot injury his freshman year. Wanted to play football and basketball, but due to that injury, this is his kind of first action of his high school career, rather. Big boy, too.
6'8", he's
6'8". He said he wants to get down to 200 by the end of the season. He's about
200.
220 right now.
It's tough to get down 200 at that kind of size.
In comes Julius, another big impact player on the Lancer team.
Number 12, Martinez, no. Rebounded, back to Martinez.
Whoa, Franziel doesn't know how to, you can see he's not comfortable with trying to request the ball in the post. When he requests the ball in the post, when he tries to get the pass, close to the pass, he puts his arm down, which is the worst thing you could do when you're 6'8", because down for you is right at everyone else's eye levels. An oddly placed pick.
Looking for that pick and roll, just didn't really, a little freshman mistake, and that's going to be a travel underneath.
You can see the effort, though.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. You don't really run a pick and roll unless you really want to become good.
And Franziel never really played basketball before. Obviously, with the height, it's just learning the game of basketball itself. 3:48 to go in the first quarter. 6-2 Lancers on top, all 6 points coming from Trayvon Farley.
Oh.
Dante Neal also in the game now, number 35. Nice move underneath by Corey Bell. Corey Bell and Trayvon Farley scoring all points in the game so far. Martinez into Franziel Reyes. One dribble back out to Martinez.
That was a bad shot.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of this beginning of the game. Just Dallas. Methuen, their jerseys remind me of the 80s Dallas jerseys. Methuen is just not really looking very, correct. Okay, he corrected me right there. They weren't looking very comfortable with their shots. Same with Lawrence, apart from Trayvon Farley, of course.
Nice reverse there.
Ooh.
2 good plays back to back.
Lawrence and Methuen going at it.
Jonathan Paulino with 2 points. Underneath, Franziel Reyes looking to break it up, doesn't though. There's the fadeaway jumper, and that's good for Tim Galloway-Burke. 8-8. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Inside to, and Franziel Reyes falls over and called for a travel.
I love Tim Galloway-Burke playing against Franziel. He's like, I'm not used to guys being bigger than me, you could tell. He's really used to being the taller guy on the court. Now he's got like Franziel, 6'8". He's like, whoa, what's going on right now?
And this is the starting lineup that most of the Lancer fans are used to seeing. Roberto Speed, Trayvon Farley, Brian Morales, as Melon Ramiro, and Martinez all on the court. Quickly up to Martinez. And there's Spieg, and he'll draw the foul and go to the line. So really opening it up here already for the Lancers. 10 players getting playing time.
First free throw shot of the night for the Lancer team. Let's see what goes on now.
It's one area of the game that they've struggled in most of the season, and Speed continues to struggle. .144 to go in the first quarter. 8-8, all tied up. Speed at the line, misses both free throws, that time wide right off the glass.
You see Julius Martinez went to him trying to show him the little hand thing with the shot. Didn't do much, obviously.
Hard off the glass and in for John Pierce. And just like that, a quick timeout by Lawrence, down 10-8 to Methuen. 1:30 to go in the first quarter.
When did they get down? That's crazy.
Methuen stormed back after that really sloppy start. 0 for 4 from outside.
Yeah.
A big congratulations to the Lawrence wrestling team, the 2012 and 13 MVC champions. That game also being broadcast by us. You can check it out on YouTube and on your local cable network as well.
And since he doesn't, Brian here doesn't like to clarify, if you want to watch it on your local cable network, it'll be channel 99 for Comcast, channel 47, I believe, for Verizon. Yes, 47.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And quickly given away. Spieg unable to get it into Martinez. Ball goes out of bounds and it'll stay Lawrence ball.
And interesting what Lawrence is doing. They're not putting a lot of guys in the backcourt for that.
Yep.
Inbounds.
Here's Morales to Trayvon Farley. Farley driving. Dish it out to Spieg, to Martinez, all the way across, back to Morales for 3. No. In and out. Rebound by Galloway Burke. Nathan Bueno still has yet to get on the scoreboard. He's one of our team high scorers. Rebound Spieg and taken by Trayvon Farley.
So Julius Martinez, I've learned, has excellent court vision. You don't really get to appreciate it in the game. But I was speaking to someone, of course, on the subject, and he was saying how when he'd play with Martinez, Martinez would always get the ball to him right in his chest, just perfectly placed pass, no matter where he was. He'd always know where he was.
Trayvon Farley right now lighting it up for the Lancers, has 8 points. And ball goes out of bounds. Under 20 seconds to go. A roll on the baseline, no, by Cooper Hamill. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Methuen ball.
So Methuen should get the last shot of this quarter. Let's see how it goes. This game tied up.
Taken away.
They won't get the last shot.
Spieg, no basket, no basket. As the buzzer went off right before the ball got in the basket. So at the end of the first quarter, it's all tied, 10-10. Lawrence got off to a fast start. Methuen a sloppy start, but quickly Methuen got back in it. And that's where we stand right there at the end of the first quarter. Make sure you stay tuned at halftime. We got another middle school intramural basketball game planned for you. The SLE will be taking on the Partham, and word has it that the Partham Panthers are undefeated, and that is Trey's middle school alma mater.
Aren't they undefeated, Darwin?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Are the Frosts undefeated?
I don't pay attention to middle school. I am in high school.
Yeah, but you were in that middle school.
Yes,
so.
I was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No, 4 years ago, actually.
4 years ago is not a long time.
And they were right there, a shot of the SLE cheerleaders. South Lawrence East cheerleaders here joining the Lawrence High cheerleaders. Not bad. And we're underway in the second quarter. Methuen ball with Mark Sicard. Nice defense there by Dante Neal. Ball went out of bounds. Sicard again. And Dante Neal's going to be called for the foul as he reached in. And right now, Trevon Farley's played every minute of the game, all the first and starting here in the second. And this basket there, Tim Galloway-Burke, 4 points. Anderson Morales blocked on the Lawrence end. Here's Sicard. Blocked underneath. Luis Torres almost loses it. Gets to Fabian. Fabian across to Dante Neal. Dante Neal will slow it down and set up the offensive set. Trevon Farley now, and gonna be a 3-second violation by number 33, Brian Morales.
Interesting, you haven't heard a lot of that 3-second violation in in any Lawrence game. I think that's the first time we've really seen one. It's interesting because we got a couple bigs in there, not bad, so you'd think that they'd be spending a bit of time in the post. They don't really, they don't post up at all. We are not a post-up team.
No.
Farley's a drive.
But basically, well, Spieg a little bit underneath.
Spieg sort of. But it's not like you get Spieg with the 5 seconds dribbling in the post or anything.
No. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Luis Torres drives, luckily saved by Dante Neal. Long three, no. Rebound underneath by Anderson Morales and Trevon Farley. And that's a shot clock violation.
I love that they managed the clock, though, with the offensive rebound. They really took off a whole minute, and considering it's 10-12, and they're going into the half in 6 minutes. Want to see, this could be a low-scoring game. Extremely low-scoring, very defensively set. We're not playing against an offensively special team. We're really focusing on, whoa. That's a kick ball.
And Lawrence gets the ball back. And Dante Neal on the court along with Luis Torres, Anderson Morales, Trevon Farley, and Kevin Fabian. Trevon Farley hard at work underneath. Gets 2. That's 10 points in the first half for Farley. And a foul is going to be called on Luis Torres. That's his first of the night. The Lancers' 4th.
I don't like that foul. That was just good defense, I think. Keeping with his man and not letting anybody get by him.
Galloway-Burke, no, rebounded again by Dante Neal. Smart move as he throws it off of Freddie Santiago from Methuen, and it'll be Lancer ball.
It's like the same thing that happened in the first quarter against Luis Torres. The Methuen kid threw it off him, and it was Methuen's ball.
Get a little retaliation. Trevon Farley off the glass and in for 2. Right now, Farley just lighting it up with 12 points.
Farley is just playing ridiculous basketball right now. And a steal. Steal by Farley. Out to Neal.
He's doing great today.
And Neal draws the foul. Amazing play by Farley to get the ball where it needs to be.
And Dante Neal will head to the line for 2 shots. That's the 3rd team foul for Methuen, 4 for Lawrence, as they have a 14-12 lead with 5:15 to go. So Neal hits the first. Both these teams going through a lot of growing pains this season. Lawrence with a new head coach and Ray Nunez, and a brand new team basically. Wow, what a basket! Trayvon Farley.
That was
and
great.
up and under. And he'll head to the line. Dante Neal will get a seat, and Roberto Speed comes back in along with Martinez.
If you notice for the past few games that Trayvon's hand has been wrapped, and today he does not have the wrap on his hand, so maybe that's what has been affecting his game a little bit.
Could be. Carlos Padilla also in the game right now, number 31. So a lot of players who have not seen a lot of action this season getting some minutes as they have a 6-point lead here over Methuen, 18-12. Torres almost with the steal. Rebound by Trayvon Farley. Right now, Farley is just lights out, completely controlling this one. Here's Padilla. Padilla looking for Farley, does. Farley will drive out to Speed to Martinez. Martinez now. Bounce pass underneath, and Speed with the reverse off the glass and in. That's his first 2 points.
Suddenly, it's an 8-point game. Lawrence is starting to run away.
Well, we were looking for that run, and here it is. Halfway through the second quarter.
Oh, nice touch pass and the assist.
Mark Sicard drains his first 3 of the game. So both teams starting to heat up. Farley, no off the glass, a little short. Rips it out.
Steals it away, turns it over, but he stole it away, so I guess that's acceptable. And he tips that pass.
Nathan Bueno, number 14. Inbounding will be Cooper Hamill.
And he's going to take a rest, Farley. And in comes Franziel Reyes.
So getting his second round. It's Franziel Reyes on the court, along with Vincent Padilla. Carlos Padilla, rather. Foul, no basket, and the foul will be called on Padilla. And heading to the line for Methuen will be Nathan Bueno, who still has no points. And they're going to need him if they're going to have any hope of staying in this game. Bueno against Andover earlier this week had 18 points, and Mark Sicard had 23. So a quiet first half for Bueno. High scorer for Methuen is Corey Bell with 6 points. Dante Neal to Martinez. Martinez drives and high off the glass. And that's his first 2 points of the game.
And that was an odd layup. I don't know how to respond to that.
That was a very good pick set by Franziel.
Nice shot there, Nathan Bueno.
Little circus shot.
A lot of those right now. Here's Speed. Dante Neal with the jumper, gonna be short. Rebounded by Speed underneath, no. And rebounded again by Tim Galloway-Burke.
But Franziel is not a rebounding center, I've realized. He looks uncomfortable with trying to, I think he needs more familiarity with the sport. He needs to become more comfortable playing.
Nice shot there, Speed off the rebound. Franziel right now just getting a little marathon running, going back and forth. Trying to keep up with them all. One thing about Franziel Reyes is his wingspan, just looking at his hands and arms, huge. I'm sure any football team, especially Lawrence, is going to die to have him on their line come football season. Morales blocked, rebounded by Galloway-Burke. Quickly up by Bueno. Bueno behind the back. Jammed in the middle, taken by Martinez. Martinez now on the fast break. Has Speed trailing behind and gets 2 points. Speed with 6. 14 points for Trevon Farley. 26-18, Lancers on top with 2:05 to go in the first half.
Martinez the rebound. Sees Dante Neal. And there you see Martinez's vision. He has perfect peripheral vision. He can see like 180 degrees. It's impossible for you to not be noticed by him.
So Brian Morales checks out, and into the game is Kevin Fabian. Fabian for three, in and out, no. And rebounded by Galloway Burke. That's 2 points there for Jamal Renee. And a foul, push underneath by Roberto Spieg. That'll be number 6 for the Lancers. So 5 fouls for Methuen and 5 for Lawrence. At the line is Roberto Spieg. That's the 3rd time he's been far right on those. Once again, Martinez giving him a little talk.
Funny story that reminds me of was Bill Russell was actually shooting free throws since he missed the first. And I think Sam Jones or Casey Jones, I get them mixed up all the time, comes up to him and he's talking to him. No, he knows what he's saying, but he's telling him something. And everyone thinks, and Bill Russell is the next shot, and everyone's thinking, oh, he must have said something not motivational maybe, but like something along like that. And then Bill Russell said more just to arch a shot. That's all he said, was to arch a shot more, and it was
very simple.
Very, yeah. Everyone was thinking it was something more exciting.
And with free throws, it is something usually simple that you can just tweak in your shot. Jumper there by Sicard, 5 points for him. Right now, Lawrence doing a great job in the transition game, just running all over the floor and making opportunities on offense.
Very fast-paced game that we have here.
Oh, foul, no basket. And that foul will be on, looks like Roberto Spieg. And it will be. That's 6 on Lawrence. At the line will be Mark Sicard, 5 points on the night. (28-23) with 30 seconds to go here in the first half. And an offensive foul. That'll be number 7. And the foul is going to push on Juan Cabrera, number 44. He's been getting some minutes here in the first half. Cabrera, nice save. Fabian out of bounds. He'll stay Lawrence ball with 15 seconds to go.
So now Lawrence has a chance to hopefully actually take the last shot of the game and not turn it over.
Dante Neal over to Martinez. He'll drive in the paint. No, doesn't get the roll, and taken by Methuen. They'll get the final shot. His Sicard up off the glass just in time and gets the 2 points to bring Methuen within 5. So at halftime, it's the Lancers 28 and the Methuen Rangers 25. The big story here in the first half is all Trevon Farley with 14 points. And was just on fire in this game. Roberto Spieg with 6, and the high scorer for Methuen, Mark Sicard, with 8 points. So the end of the first half, it is 28-25. We'll be back in a little bit with some middle school intramural basketball between the SLE and the Partham. Partham undefeated. We'll see if they can get their first loss. Coming back at you in a second.
Think before you send.
Bullying can take many forms. One of the meanest is cyberbullying. Texting, email, Facebook, and Twitter are all relentless and can cause anguish and desperation. See what it can do.
Hi, I'm Megan. You just saw me as the victim of cyberbullying. This happens in many schools all the time. Don't be part of the problem, be part of the solution. Think before you send.
We're talking about breakfast. It's the best meal of the day. The charge I get out of breakfast gets me going and keeps me on my way. Give me some cereal, add some milk in too. Grab some eggs, fruit, or bacon, please. Breakfast at school is a breeze.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're about a couple minutes into the middle school basketball game between the SLE and the Partham. This is at halftime of the Lawrence High Methuen High basketball game. It's a little intramural basketball that's been happening in the past couple weeks between the girls basketball and boys basketball programs. And this is a tight matchup as the SLE is 3-3 and the Partham is, well, they're undefeated. And right now, it looks like the SLE is up 19-12.
Actually, the Partham's up.
Partham, sorry. I'm looking at the visitor scoreboard, yeah.
Yeah.
Partham's up. That's where you went to middle school, Trey.
Of course. I know some of these people. I'm not exactly sure of number 20's name, but I have a feeling it's Andre. I'm pretty sure. Number 24 is Nick. I never liked Nick. I'm just kidding. I don't remember much. I never.
Once again, do you like anybody?
Of course I like people. Of course, Andre's good.
What can you tell us about this team, Trey? The Partham.
Well, I can tell you that they are not the best shooting team, but they can play good defense. Is he on the floor? No, he's not on the floor. Idelson, Tavares, I think his last name is. There he is right there, number 9. A really good player. Watch this, he's going to go crazy. Carries it a bit. He carries it a bit.
Yeah, you think?
Watch.
I thought Rajon Rondo for the Celtics was that bad, but this guy's worse. Same number, too.
I'm telling you, he's going to just get it back to him. He's open. Defended here. Now, 24 is good, but I never saw much of him, and he's a defensively minded player. It's Nick, of course. I don't know number 5's name, but he's good. I don't know 11's name, and I don't know anything about him. But number 9's about to go crazy. Idelson Tavares.
Nice dribbling. They lost the ball. I thought you said he was unbelievable.
He was actually, considering that he's in middle school, he's really good. I say he's unbelievable, okay? That's a stretch.
Well, either way, it's good to see this program going. The intramural program really taking off here in Lawrence. And these two teams going at it. If you're interested in coming and watching a number of the intramural games on Saturdays, right here at the high school, in the past next couple weeks or so, they'll be having a little March Madness tournament to end the season. Again, this is something that is really taken off in the city.
Tones down the carrying. The only thing I don't like about middle school basketball is that everyone's trying to prove themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't play as a team, really. They're like, oh, I want to.
Well, they'll learn quick if they're going to want to play high school ball.
Oh. Oh. I don't know why he's not getting to Idleston, Tavares.
13 seconds left. The SL lead down by 3 points.
That's in. That is not in.
Not in.
Doesn't matter. He scored like 4 or 5 points. No, he scored 5 points already.
All right, the SLE loses, and the Partham stays undefeated, the Partham Panthers. And once again, if you want to check out some intramural basketball, come on down here to the high school on Saturdays. You can watch a number of the middle schools in the city playing in games, and then you'll also see the March Madness final end of the season tournament, single elimination tournament, coming up in a couple weeks. We will be back with second half action between the Lawrence High Lancers and the Methuen Rangers. Tip-off of the second half coming up next. All right, welcome back, everybody, to second half action. Right now, the Lancers are up by 3, 28-25. It was all Trayvon Farley in the first half with 14 points. We'll see if they can continue that here in the second half as they get underway. Luis Torres blocked out of bounds.
Already, Torres is taking it right to the basket. A very aggressive player. He's not the passing kind of point guard guy you'd have. Like, he really just brings it in himself.
Trayvon Farley with the rebound. Farley right now the star of the game, coming away big with 14 points in the first half and a lot of rebounds as well. Torres blocked. To start the second half as Melon Romero in the game, along with Luis Torres, Trayvon Farley, Kevin Fabian, and Anderson Morales. So the starting five that started the game on the floor. Speed not starting this one. Oh. Into the game is Jonathan Paulino for Trayvon Farley. That's basically his first break in the entire game. Played both the entire first and second quarters.
So just by watching this team, you can already tell no one's getting this Methuen team. You can tell no one can get an assist with Nathan Bueno. If you try to pass it to Nathan Bueno and get him and let him score, he's always going to move his defender to score. So you will never get an assist with him. Very interesting.
And that's been a big part of Methuen's game up until this point. It seems Lawrence is doing a great job to stop that from happening underneath, as Bueno only had 3 points on the night so far. Is Torres, Ramiro, and Kevin Fabian.
Fabian needs to work on his Ryan Anderson jump shot. He likes to get open, but he can't just stare a defender in the eye and then just suddenly, like, unexpectedly take the jump shot.
(28-27). Lawrence still on top by 1. They led 28-25 at the half. And taken away, but Luis Torres gets it back. Able to stay in bounds. Sakar, night look underneath to Corey Bell. Corey Bell with 10 points.
And suddenly Methuen has picked up a 1-point lead.
And Martinez will check in for Luis Torres, who's hurting right now. Looks like he got an elbow to the head. Ooh, almost a travel call there. Should have been. Here's Martinez drive, completely blocked. It will stay Lawrence ball.
And that was a horribly long pass. To Dante Neal, nice little move there.
Dante Neal with an off-balance layup.
Very off balance.
5 points for him.
Oh.
Nice look underneath once again. And going to be taken by Martinez. Quickly up to Dante Neal. Neal unable to get the shot. The Lawrence ball underneath as Juan Cabrera comes into the game. And Anderson Morales takes a seat. Neal drives baseline, can't get the ball to fall. Rebound by Methuen quickly up to Sakard. Sakard beyond the back, short jumper, no, rebounded by Cabrera.
It looks like the Methuen team has stepped up their defense at the beginning of this half. I guess whatever the coach told them in the locker room worked.
Jump ball called. It'll go Methuen away.
Considering that that ball ended up in the possession of Methuen, Corey Bell looked really unhappy with that. He looked like he wanted to he just slammed the ball with kind of fury.
Lawrence still with the lead by 1, 30-29, with 4:33 to go in the third
Cooper
quarter.
Hamill to inbound.
And it'll be off of Juan Cabrera, out of bounds.
Something I might be known to do at times is comment on teams' jerseys. And something interesting I noticed about, of course, Methuen's 80s Mavericks jersey, they look like, because it's small text in the blue. The gray on the, the thinner, the smaller trim kind of thing, it actually has a pattern in it. I can't tell what it is. But briefly, when Cooper Hamill was up here to inbound, I could see there was some
Fabian with a nice fake move.
First points of tonight.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, they weren't from three-point range.
Here's Martinez, another turnover by Methuen. Martinez dishes it off to Neal, off the glass, no. And Cabrera gets the rebound. He'll put up the shot, gets 2 points. So Cabrera gets his first 2 points of the game. (34-29), Lancers on top. Nice move there. Underneath by Nathan Bueno, who has 5 points and a timeout on the floor. 3:19 to go in the third quarter, 34-31. The Lancers on top by 3.
So, very interesting. Oh, they see the Lancers huddle. And a guy we haven't seen much of. Well, we've seen him on the floor, but
I was going to say a guy we haven't seen much of is you, and you see him right there.
Yeah. But Franziel, we've seen him on the floor, but we haven't seen him do much on the floor. He's kind of been there setting picks, a lot of off-ball things. But I want to see what he can do with the ball. I've only seen him take one shot attempt.
Yeah, that was early on in the first quarter as well. Yep. You know, with him, it's going to be definitely a learning curve. You know, again, he's never really played basketball before. This is his first season playing, and I mean, he's already at varsity. And I think a big part of that is because of his height and size anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see how, you know, if they can get the ball to him a little bit underneath when he gets some playing time.
Playing time he will not get right now, apparently.
Trayvon Farley back in the game, as well as Carlos Padilla, number 31.
And here they are at the free throw line, looking to get one at a point there, something they struggle to do so often in their games. Let's hope Trayvon Farley, one of their center forward-y players of all the players. Oh, and he's going to get it.
That's 15 points for him. Lawrence knows the importance of this game. Fabian with the rebound, nice move there. And here's Dante Neal, he'll drive. And he will draw the foul. Lawrence needs to win. They have 5 games left, need to get to 10 wins to qualify for the state tournament, be eligible for it. Not necessarily meaning they'll actually make the tournament, as it comes down to a number of teams. We'll see where the committee makes it fall, but they need 3 wins out of the next 5 games. And tonight, of course, Methuen, if they can hold on and win this one, it'll be huge for them.
It'll be 2 of 4, so they only have to win 50% of the next.
Yeah, it's a tough road, though, as they head to Andover, then they're home versus Lowell, and then they're finish the season away at Dighton Rehoboth and Mansfield, both 2 non-conference games. And I believe Mansfield right now is 13-1, so. Ooh. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. 36-31, Lancers on top.
Ooh.
Here's Sicard.
Sicard, nice crossover there.
Trying to find someone in the middle, but Lawrence doing a great job of defending the inside. Rebound by Padilla. Padilla. Tried to throw it off of Sicard, unable to do it.
To him instead.
And goaltending on Trayvon Farley. They'll count the basket. Neither team has really gone on a run here in the third quarter. Only 8 points for Lawrence. Nice move, though, underneath by Brian Morales. And that's his first 2 points of the game. And a foul as Jimmy Herogue runs into Trayvon Farley. That's the second team foul for Lawrence, 2 on Methuen. And Cabrera gets the rebound, almost lost it, and throws it out of bounds. Back in the game, Anderson Morales. Padilla being trapped, in some trouble, able to break through it. To Dante Neal. Neal high off the glass, 2. Dante Neal quickly adding to his total, 8 points.
And I just realized, Jimmy Herogue, I'm pretty sure I know him. That would explain why his name sounds so familiar. I knew it was Jimmy, and then it was something that was like a little difficult to pronounce. So I'm thinking, it sounds a lot like this other Jimmy I know. And I'm pretty sure that's it.
I thought you were going to tell us something interesting about him.
Oh, well, I didn't know he played basketball. And I
set us up for nothing.
know him from an MIT program I did.
All right. And with that, we go to a timeout. 40-34, Lancers on top by 6, 1:03 to go in the third quarter. As you see there on the scoreboard, 4 fouls for Lawrence, 2 for Methuen. Once again, a big congratulations to the MVC champion Lawrence Lancers in wrestling. It's their first MVC championship since 2011, and they're back on top after beating North Andover.
Such a long hiatus from the title.
Yeah.
That was a great meet yesterday.
It was. A lot of good matches. Down to the wire. And while the Lancers basketball team won't be winning any MVCs this year, they definitely have improved since the start of the season. They've had a tough schedule the second half. The first part of the season, I think they opened up 5-0, and second half has all been the tough teams, Central Catholic, Andover, Lowell. This Methuen team's been giving them trouble.
Here's Toro. Takes the shot, and oh!
Nice move underneath.
Oh, that was really nice.
Nathan Bueno. Bueno with 7 points. Dante Neal gets the ball inside to Morales. Morales outside. Here's Padilla with a short jumper, wide right. Here's Bueno. Padilla on him with 24 seconds. 3-second differential on the shot clock, maybe 2. And a foul on the floor. So no shots, he'll be inbounded. That's 5 though already here in the third quarter, and in comes for the Lancers, Kevin Fabian, Luis Torres, and Jonathan Paulino. As Morales and Padilla and Martinez take a seat. Shot clock off. Foul on the floor. Ten seconds left in the quarter. Here's Bueno looking for the final shot. They give it up, and that's going to be short. And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Lancers on top by 3, 40-37. Low scoring affair for that third quarter. 12 points for the Lancers. And, well, pretty much even.
12 points for
12 points for Methuen.
I have to correct myself. I'm only 60% sure that's the Jimmy I know.
15 points so far for Trayvon Farley. 6 points for Roberto Spieg. 8 points for Dante Neal. So they're spreading the wealth on offense. And for Methuen, 10 points for Bell. 7 points for Bueno. 8 points for Sicard. And back to your Jimmy story, Trey. Where do you think you know him from?
And the MIT program.
Oh, the MIT program,
yes.
okay.
Of course. I just need him to run around this kind of area of the court.
You can ask him.
Well, maybe
just call a timeout if you want. Just call a timeout.
All right.
Just ask the ref to call a timeout. Media timeout. Media timeout.
I'll just throw my pen out there.
Yeah. TV timeout on the floor.
I'm just hoping, and he hits the bench, so. that won't really help. I'm gonna find out after the game though. And I'll make it a note, almost as a PSA for the next game.
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, that was the Jimmy, or that wasn't Jimmy. Well, it would still be Jimmy, but.
You just tweet it.
I don't use Twitter. I'll go to Chef.
Neal almost falling out of bounds, saves it to Fabian. Fabian looking for that shot, just blocked on the outside. Methuen doing a great job in the second half on defense. Neal driving, he'll try to go off the rim, no. Rebounded by Methuen. Dante Neal hold in some pain.
Dante Neal, though it's bad that he's in pain. It's good that it's him to an extent, because now I can find more stuff out about it, because I know I can speak to Dante Neal, unlike some of these players I never really can get in contact with.
Looks like it's his right ankle as he's not putting any weight on it. Still on the floor though, and now he comes out.
Yeah, it's definitely an ankle.
And Gregory Trinidad will come in the game. So both free throws missed. Trayvon Farley with the rebound. A new shot clock. Luis Torres called for the travel as he walked a mile. Lawrence on top, 41-37. We're in the fourth quarter. Except for some short minutes in the first quarter, Lawrence has basically led the whole entire game. Here's Fabian. No.
He's just been off this whole game.
At least from outside, I'm telling you, a step-up shot.
Blocked underneath. Trinidad. Here's Luis Torres. Reverse. Going to be called for the foul. Underneath is number 14, Nathan Bueno.
And look at Jimmy all alone on his end of the bench.
This may be a good time. Trey, do you want to take a time out and go over and talk to him?
Of course.
Investigative reporting. Luis Torres at the line, hits the first. His first point of the game. As Jamal Renee comes into the game and Cooper Hamill takes a seat. Here's a big free throw right here for Torres. So put Lawrence up, 43-37. Doesn't. Gonna be rebounded though, nice rebound. By Jonathan Paulino. Here's Paulino for the jumper, no. And it was all blue shirts underneath for the rebound. Here's Torres for three, got it. Luis Torres, his first three of the night. And a timeout on the floor by the Lancers. Great ball movement by Trinidad over to Luis Torres. And now Lawrence up by 8 points, 45-37. 6:11 to go in the fourth quarter.
So, very big three there by Torres. Torres is a very interesting player. He'll take these shots, I don't know why, in the beginning of the game, and then suddenly he'll just be hit this big shot all of a sudden at the end of the game. I don't know if it's just coincidence that it's at this time, but he might just be a big clutch player. I think he could be the answer to some of Lawrence's, late in the game woes, even though generally they're better late in the game. Sometimes they struggle a bit.
He's been clutch in past years and put on some muscle coming off of an injury from football. And a foul called. That'll be number 7 for Lawrence. Only 4 fouls called for Methuen.
Whoa.
At the line for Methuen is Tim Galloway Burke. He's got 4 points on the night.
And he will hit the floor and travel. And that was an interesting travel right there. I think he caught it while he was in the process of falling, so I don't know if that was necessarily, I don't think he really set himself before he fell.
These calls are very crucial in the last minutes of these games.
Yes, it's a very crucial travel.
Missed shot there by Paulino.
And the severity of that play was kind of dampered down by the fact that Lawrence didn't even score on the other end. And Methuen will.
Short jumper there by Corey Bell, 12 points. And Padilla's going to be called for the travel. Dante Neal comes into the game now for Jonathan Paulino. Brian Morales also on the floor, Luis Torres, Kevin Fabian, Trevon Farley, and Dante Neal. So a very small lineup here for the Lancers.
So, Trey, what are your predictions for the last 3 minutes of this game?
5 minutes, you mean? Whoa.
Well,
whoa. I don't know what just happened right there.
Ball threw out of bounds.
Well, I say Lawrence holds on to the lead, but I'm gonna go really bold. Say Methuen takes the lead. Actually, I'm gonna make this exciting as possible. Methuen takes the lead, and then Lawrence hits a big time 3 to win. Not necessarily in the last second. Okay. And then a giant gorilla comes out. But yes, that's what's going to happen.
Long 3, no good by Jamal Rene. Torres to Morales. Morales for 3. Got it! Brian Morales in downtown.
Almost a 10-point game here.
48-39. Another turnover.
This is when you need Jimmy on the floor.
Still sitting on the bench over there. All alone. Dante Neal, no basket. And gonna be an offensive foul called on him. That's 8. And that's a foul underneath, I think, called on Dante Neal as Corey Bell will head to the line. Bell already with 12 points for Methuen. And Bell hits the first.
It's a big free throw that might just go in hand, might coincide with my big theory that Methuen will have a big run, but Lawrence will hit a big shot and get a big win. I don't know where that was. And that's
some back and forth. If the Lancers hold on, I'll tell you right now, it won't be the prettiest of wins, but then again, right now, Lancers will take anything they can have. Looking to get back to 500 right now at 7-8 on the season. The Lancers beat Methuen way back in December, 69-58 in the first round of the Christmas tournament. But they lost their second meeting, 76-68. So they're averaging about 68, 69 points per game, and they're far from that tonight.
Then again, what is this Methuen team averaging against them? That's
about 62 points.
Yeah, and they're just as short of it. As Lawrence is short
64
of
points, 64 points.
Standard. Oh, wow.
So it's pretty even, actually.
It really is. It really is. You can tell it's not necessarily that one team is dominating.
Yeah, no.
It's that the tone of the game is just different.
As we approach the 4-minute mark, 48-41.
Oh, Neal with a little bit of a tough shove on Bueno, and he'll get the basket.
That's 10 points.
9-point lead.
10 points for Dante Neal, 9-point lead, as Trey said, for the Lancers.
This is where Methuen needs a big shot.
Taken away by Dante Neal, causing the turnover. Here's Martinez, tried to get it to Neal, able to save it. Here's Fabian for three, got it! Kevin Fabian, his first three-pointer of the game. And now the Lancers have their largest lead of the game, 53-41. And a foul in the basket will count. As Corey Bell continues his big game with 16 points. As Luis Torres checks in for Brian Morales. Bueno doing a great job on Martinez. Farley steps up and helps out inside to Farley. Farley, short jumper, going to be blocked.
Whoa. Oh, okay, that's blocked.
Yeah,
That's
it was blocked. Got a piece on that one. Here's Sicard for three, no. And right now, those just long shots that Methuen usually rest their hopes on just aren't falling. And a foul call, Dante Neal led to the line.
This is where they probably regret taking 30 million three-pointers in the beginning of the game and not hitting one of them.
That was a really, looking back on it, a very odd way to start a basketball game with a team basically going 0 for 5.
Like, it looked desperate.
Three-point land.
It looked desperate. It looked like they were down, like they are now, and that they were thinking, oh, the only way we're getting back in this is with threes.
And the game hadn't even started. So Neal hits the second. Got 11 points for him.
It seems like instead of missing both free throw shots, they just miss one. No.
Here's Bueno.
That's better than none.
Yeah.
Off the
That's
glass,
nothing.
no. Jamal Rene. And a foul is going to be called on Trayvon Farley.
So the Lancers, if they can hold on to this lead over the Rangers, they will be forced to win 50%, go at least 500 in the next 4 games. Something they could probably do, but they really just need to focus.
Yeah, it's a tough road. On the road in Andover, home against Lowell, away at Dighton Rehoboth, and away at Mansfield. So that's just to become qualified. It'd be nice to see them go 11 or 12 wins if they could win out. At the line for Methuen, Tim Galloway-Burke.
So since the Lowell game is at home, it's highly possible that we could be bringing that game to you on your mobile device, your computer, on YouTube, on our channel, Lawrence Public School. No spaces, of course. Or you can watch it on your TV the regular way with, that's how it's always been, on channel 99 if you have Comcast, channel 41 Sorry about the earlier mistake. 41 if you have Verizon. And close watching your laptop.
On the YouTube channel.
Of course.
2:24 to go in the fourth quarter. As you see there, Lawrence up by 10. The only discrepancy right there kind of is the fouls. 10 for Lawrence, 5 for Methuen.
But Lawrence has persevered.
Yes, they have.
Even through the fouling. And
quick look at the high scores for the Lancers. Trevon Farley with 15. 14 of that coming in the first half. So the Methuen Rangers have done a pretty good job of slowing him down here in the second half. And Dante Neal with 11 points.
Ooh, 11. And Jimmy is back on the floor. Let's go, Jimmy.
Well, here's your chance to call a timeout, Trey, a TV timeout, and try to talk to him.
They've kind of refused to give him the ball. Strange. So back for him. Ooh.
Air ball there.
Maybe they should start giving Jimmy the ball.
And Cooper Hamill gets his first 2 points of the game, and a timeout now, Methuen. 54-46. They're going to talk things over and figure things out defensively.
This is still not over. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 8-point game. 8 points. That's a lot. That's not a lot of points.
Oh, it is not.
Methuen
Single digits.
Coming into this one with only 3 wins, 3-12 on the season. And their last loss came to Andover, 80-65. Bueno had 18 points and Sicard had 23. A completely different story tonight, as both those players are combining for only 15 points. Sicard with 8 and Bueno with 7.
Funny how they combined for 41 in the last game. The whole team tonight has only scored 46 so far. I just thought that was kind of interesting how they're so important to this team. Let's take a look at this lineups that are entering the floor for each team. For Methuen, you've got, of course, Nathan Bueno. When isn't he on the floor? Freddie Santiago. You got Jimmy, of course. Jimmy has to be there. You got Sicard. And you have I'm confused right now.
Here's Kevin Fabian for the jumper, no. And it'll be rebounded by Methuen. Here's Sicard. Sicard over, air ball again from downtown. Trevon Farley will dish it out to Fabian. Here's Fabian quickly, loses the ball. Saves it though. Trevon Farley wanted that shot. Gonna give it off to Dante Neal. And back around to Kevin Fabian. Luis Torres cutting to the middle, no. Rebounded Farley, and Farley will draw the foul, just unable to get it in.
Very nice pass by Mark Sicard to Trevon Farley. I like that. Kind of a handoff.
1:32 to go. 54-46 with Trevon Farley at the line, looking to add to his 15-point total.
Okay, this is odd. Why is Jimmy placed at the center spot in where centers generally would stand?
Oh, they're going with a small lineup right now.
What is
as Tim Galloway Burke is out. Farley misses that. And Dante Neal thought it was a 1-on-1. And your boy Jimmy is off the court now.
Jimmy. I'm definitely going to approach him after game. It's going to be important. It's going to be huge.
If he doesn't remember.
The only bad situation is if he doesn't.
Then you may look like a creep.
If he doesn't remember me, or if he just doesn't know me at all.
You go, hey, Jimmy.
I walk up and he's someone just totally different. Yeah. His name's not even really Jimmy. I read it wrong.
Neal almost lost that. Hands it off to Martinez. Martinez will drive baseline and threw it away as he was looking for Luis Torres. 1:10 to go in the fourth, 55-46. Lawrence looking to hold on for the win. And foul's going to be called on Kevin Fabian. As Bueno misses the first one. Padilla comes back in the game, and Martinez comes out.
I think Freddie Santiago is the only player who really likes to wear bright shoes on this Methuen team. Everyone else kind of tones down the colors, sticks with the jersey.
And a foul's going to be called. As your boy Jimmy Giroud back in the game. 53 seconds to go. Dante Neal on the line. Back in the game also comes
oh my
Tim
gosh.
Galloway Burke.
He's leaving.
Again.
And John Pierce.
Sorry, Trey. Sorry.
I think there's a conspiracy because he wouldn't run. He wouldn't come onto this side of the court to run. Like if he's crossing the court, like obviously change of possession, he'll always go on that side. On the far side, never on our side.
Ball out of bounds.
He knows I'm here. He knows he owes me the money.
55-47.
Oh, and that won't go in. And 3-pointers have killed this team. Okay, if you're Methuen and you have not hit a single 3-pointer, like you may have hit a couple, but why would you keep shooting them? At the end of the game, you're so unreliable from 3-point range. You might as well just go to where you can actually go to your bread and butter. Where you can actually hit something.
You're down by 8. You just hope that one can get one in that could spark something else. As Farley is back at the line, 16 points on the evening for him. And he hits the first.
And that is a huge, huge shot. Because now it allows him to take another, which will be another huge, huge shot.
And he hits them both.
Oh, clutch.
So 18 points for Farley.
If they miss the shot on this possession, it could be a killer to them. The one thing they cannot stand to do is waste time.
And a foul called. Stupid. Oh, man. You don't want to foul on that.
Especially considering you'll get possession, likely get fouled, or you run off the clock.
So Bueno gets the basket. In comes
Jimmy.
Fran Reyes, and he'll take a seat.
Jimmy's getting some choppy minutes. He'll be out and in, out and in, out and in.
He's a specialty.
He's running around here. He's running around here. He's not.
Torres up into Dante Neal. Great pass, great look.
He just
Dante Neal
embarrassed Jimmy on that play, and Nathan Bueno to an extent. Beautiful play.
Sicard, and they'll end the game the way they started it by taking a 3-pointer and not getting it. Torres, no. Here's Sicard all the way out to Bueno, and he'll be blocked. Reyes with the rebound.
Oh gosh, that was a harsh block.
Yeah, and that'll do it. 59-50. The Lancers come out on top of this one, and guys, kind of looking back at this game, what would you say was the key defining moment for the Lancers?
Not letting Methuen hit 3.
Yeah, I mean, they were awful from out there.
If you can stop them from getting extra points on baskets.
And Darwin, how important was Trayvon Farley in this one?
Oh, he was a big impact player in this game. The first half, his first 14 points, he was the best scorer on the team tonight, in my opinion.
High scorers for the Lancers, Trayvon Farley with 18 and Dante Neal with 13. I think that may be a season high for Dante Neal, coming up big defensively and offensively as well. So the Lancers, very important win tonight, beating Methuen for the second time this season. They'll go 2-3 against them. They improve back to 500, 8-8. Lancers still in need of 2 more wins, 10 to be qualified for the state tournament. We'll see if they can pull it off. They have 4 more games to go. Andover, Lowell, Dighton, Rehoboth, and Mansfield. That'll do it for us, everybody. Final score tonight, the Lancers 59, Methuen 50.